Chapter 27. Kyle wasn't worried when Dr. Zinchenko made her morning announcements at Olympia Village on day 3 of the games. Today's 2 competitions will both be centered on books. Kyle knew Sierra Russell could handle anything bookish the game makers threw at her. Today's your day to shine, he told her. Do my best, said Sierra. When the bookmobiles arrived at the Lemoncello library, the security guards, Clarence and Clement, gave each team member a brand new smartphone. You will need it for today's first game, said Clarence, but you get to keep it too, added Clement. Sweet, thought Kyle. Even if his team lost this round, they'd all just scored some excellent swag. The 8 teams were assigned work desks in the rotunda. Spectators crowded around the edge of the circular room. Please access the web browsers on your phone, said Dr. Zinchenko from her position behind the central desk, and go to lemoncello.it. Kyle did. Then he helped Sierra do it too. Miguel and Akimi were fine on their own. Please enter game code 10024. All the players did. Excellent, said Dr. Zinchenko. Overhead, the Wonder Dome turned into a giant game screen reading, Welcome to the Battle of the Books. Please enter your first and last names, and when you have done so, tap Join Game. When you are all online, I, as the quizmaster, will show you a series of 10 questions, each one with 4 possible answers. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to make your selection on your phone screen. Lemoncello.it will instantaneously calculate your score based on correctness and speed of answering. It will then post a leaderboard for the top 5 players. In the event of a tie, the team with the most players in the top 5 will be awarded today's first medal, the Libris. Up on the Wonder Dome, 32 brightly colored names in a balloon font popped into view as the players finished tapping them into their phones. Let us begin, said Dr. Zinchenko. First question, in which book does a character bounce a pine cone off someone's head? Tense, clock-ticking music throbbed out of the rotunda reading room's hidden speakers. 4 answers were displayed on the dome, each identified with a geometric shape. A square for Ungifted by Gordon Corman, a triangle for A Tangle of Knots by Lisa Graff, a hexagon for Twerp by Mark Goldblatt, and an oval for the Postcard by Tony Abbott. Square, whispered Sierra. Kyle, Akimi, and Miguel didn't waste any time second-guessing her answer because the countdown clock had already slid from 10 seconds to 5 by the time they'd finished reading all the possible answers. A gong sounded when the timer hit 0, and the red square for Ungifted lit up and was given a check mark as the correct answer. According to the scoreboard on the ceiling, 30 of the 32 players had answered correctly, including, of course, all 4 players from Ohio. Way to go, Sierra, said Kyle. Question 2, said Dr. Zinchenko. The Watson family went to Birmingham, Alabama in 1963. In what city did the Watson family actually live? 4 choices filled all the phone screens. Detroit, Kansas City, Kalamazoo, and Flint. Flint, said Sierra, and all the players on the hometown team tapped the oval icon for Flint. Sierra's answer once again was correct. Booyah, said Kyle. Suddenly, Marjorie Muldaur, 2 desks away, leapt up from her seat. Dr. Zinchenko. Yes, Miss Muldaur. She pointed at Sierra. The girl from Ohio is telling her teammates what answers to give. Trembling slightly, Sierra stood up too. Is that against the rules, Dr. Zinchenko? Kyle stood up beside her. Because you didn't say we couldn't help each other. Yeah, said Miguel, standing up too. What they said, added Akimi as she stood to join her teammates. You are correct, said Dr. Zinchenko. I did not specifically state that collaboration would be prohibited. But it's cheating, hollered Marjorie, and she whirled around and glared at Kyle. This isn't flap your arms and do the chicken dance, Kyle Keeley. This is serious. Battle of the Books serious. Everybody on your team needs to know the material inside and out. I agree with Miss Muldaur, boomed Mr. Lemoncello, and his huge face looked weirdly warped around the edges, was now filling all the video screens under the dome, and as much as I love teamwork for this game, you all need to fly solo like Han in Star Wars, although he always had Chewbacca in the co-pilot seat, but that is neither here nor there, because it is a galaxy far, far away. Play on, Olympians, and henceforth there shall be no consultation among teammates. Kindly keep your eyes on your own phone. The Battle of the Books continued. Kyle got a couple of answers right on his own, but he took longer to respond than everybody else, so his name never appeared on the leaderboard again. After the 9th question was answered, Marjorie Muldaur, Sierra Russell, and a girl from Knoxville, Tennessee named Jennifer Green were all tied for first place. Here is your final question, said Dr. Zinchenko. Once again, you will have 10 seconds to choose your answer. In which book is a toddler worshipped by cockroaches? Wow, Kyle actually knew that one because the past summer he'd read the book. He quickly tapped the purple hexagon for Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins, who had also written The Hunger Games. The gong sounded. Kyle's answer was correct. Sierra's, however, wasn't. I'm sorry, I read that book when I was 6 and I forgot. It's okay, said Kyle. Meanwhile, at the Midwest team's table, people were jumping up and down, doing bad potato masher dances. Jennifer Green from the Southeastern team must have chosen the wrong answer too, because according to the leaderboard, Marjorie Moldauer had just won the game's 5th medal.